What's up guys, Nilbez here, and today I'm going to do a quick how-to guide on the legendary Warlord event. Let's get started. Now the first thing you are going to want to, I suppose, look to do is go on your Vanquish skills, and you're going to want to make sure you've reset your skill tree. So you will be able to do this with these reset skill tokens. You find yourself in an abundance of them in the mid to late game from the Skeletons event, but if you're on a new server, you're going to want to spend that 1000 warp on these things for this event. They are much cheaper to buy than stamina pots, which you would otherwise have to buy to gold this in the early game. So you're going to want to have these reset skill tokens. I've already used mine, and what you want to do the night before the first day of the legendary Warlord events, I should say, you're going to want to max your boundless stamina. So you're going to want to come down this left hand side here and just 3 everything, and then we want to max out your boundless stamina. Like so. So that's already bumped me up a nice bit of stamina. You want to also next make sure you equip your whole Vanquisher set. If you haven't got it, don't worry about it, but it is good to have. If you're looking to start making the set, you should get the boots first, and then possibly the helmet, and then I think the chest piece possibly. So you want to get those 3 pieces first, and then the next 3 as and when you can. So you want to have your full Vanquisher set equipped. That's got me to 10,000 stamina, which is quite nice. You're going to want to make sure next you have the correct skin equipped. So this skin, the Blood Bastion, that also increases my stamina by another 2,500. Mine's rank 5, but at all the ranks it still increases your stamina. You definitely need to have that equipped. So you're going to want to have that all set up. I've got 12,750 stamina. This is what you want to do before you go to bed, and then overnight you will possibly be able to completely fill that. If not, the morning and early afternoon before the legendary Warlord event starts. So it's essential to do this because it means you're not wasting money on stamina pots. Now we're going to let that fill. One thing worth mentioning is there's a handful of different cities on the map, and they all give you different buffs. Now a few of the cities actually give you a Vanquisher damage buff. The best one is Old Dwarf. So if you are inside this Middle Empire area at the beginning of the hour, for that hour you will have the following buffs: 20% Vanquished attack buff, and you would also get an extra 3 chain attack moves. So it's kind of game changing, especially when you are a lower level, your champion's a bit low level, your gear's not the best quality yet. It can be game changing, it can be a bit game breaking, and in the late game as well, if you don't want to dip into stamina potions whatsoever, it's still worth utilizing this 100%. There's a couple other cities that do also give you the same but worse benefits, such as Marienburg. You get another 10% here, and I'm sure there's another couple, but the main one is Altdorf. So if you're inside this section here, just like that section there, at the beginning of the hour, it does actually give you that buff for the full remaining hour, and if you don't move, you'll just keep getting it on every hour as long as someone in your alliance is in that city. One last thing mentioning as well, this event is actually a lot easier than how I've displayed it for people at keep levels 21 and lower. So this is the wrong one. This number here, 4.5 million, is actually only 1.75 million when you are keep level 21 and lower, and that is why you will find there are a lot of people who actually stop at that level for quite some time compared to other levels. The 4 items I would highly advise that you get before pushing past keep 21 so that you can do that big damage is the Transmuting Vambraces, the Flail of Blinding Hate, the Chosen Relic, and the breastplate of fury. Once you have those 4 items, you are ready to push past key 21. You don't need to gold them, you just need the items. And if you've got them green, blue, it doesn't matter. You're on the track to quite easily gold this at 4.5 million. So as soon as you have those 4 items, I would say it's probably worth pushing past key 21. And we're back again. The stamina is full. It is 1 over. As you might see, I may or may not have used a 100 stamina pot just to max it out for the video. Away as you say, I say nay. But yeah, so that's all ready to go. 12,750 stamina. What you're going to want to do now that you've got the highest stamina you can achieve, you want to reset that again. This time, you're going to go down the same side, but instead of the balanced stamina, you're going to do the inhuman vigor. So we're going to come down here. Back up. It actually reduces the cost of stamina for each hit, so it is very essential when you're going to be hitting anything that's more than a few hits. It really mitigates how much stamina you're actually using, which is pretty essential. And then you're going to want to come down the other side. You're going to want to get some flurries in, because flurry of attacks in, because you're not going to be able to kill this thing in, well, 5 hits, the standard 5 hits. So what does that put me on? 8. And the next thing you want to do, you're going to actually, I've got it saved on a loadout, but you're going to want to have your Vanquisher damage set, your foe damage set ready. So Chosen Relic is one of the best items in the game for vanquishing. It gives you 100% champion vanquish damage, which is pretty saucy. You're going to want to get the Blinding Hate Flail. This thing is also very good. It not only gives you vanquisher damage plus 50%, but it also gives you 10% chain, and you can in fact also upgrade it to Eterna, which I haven't done yet actually, which even better still, 20% chain attack and 60% vanquisher damage. So that is a very, very good weapon to have. And then you've also got the Transmuting Vambraces. These are very good at max rank. It does another 10% chain damage, which it stacks very nicely. And then you've also lastly got the Breastplate of Fury, which also gives you another 42.5 vanquisher damage, which is huge, really. But yeah, and every Vanquisher piece of gear you have, the more you level it, the more Vanquisher damage it does. And seeing as there isn't really a decent replacement helmet for the Vanquisher helmet, I would encourage everyone to, after finally getting your boots gold, I would prioritize getting your boots gold before all the other items, because it does also increase your regeneration rate. So I regenerate an extra 5 stamina per minute, so instead of the standard 6 I get 11, which is actually quite huge. And then you want to get your helmet up, and you will also want to get your Vanquisher plate armor up as well, because that does increase your double reward chance. But I digress. So this is the set that you should have eventually. So you got your set ready. You're going to want to change, like Nox here, to the Dragonbone Keep skin, because this skin, it actually increases your Vanquisher damage by another 17.5% at max. Even at level 1, it's worth having it equipped. It does still help. It does increase your double reward chance as well. So if the foe feels like dropping you a ton of heal speed ups, which is what they tend to drop on the legendary Warlord events, not too useful, it will give you twice as many. So that's is something at least. But yeah, so I can very nearly kill this guy in 9 hits. So to reduce my stamina 200, it's possibly actually worth putting some of my leftovers in damage. See what that looks like. Yeah, so I can kill him in 9 hits now. It does, the higher or later into the server you get, the more relevance there is with this event here. So I've not attempted it this time round, but generally speaking, I'll do a demonstration. You know, I've got 12,000 stamina. This is without using any stamina potions. So let's say 12 hits. I can do 7.2 million damage, sorry. Let's max that out. With 20 hits I can do 17 million. So this is only a quarter, this is only a third of my stamina currently. So what you would do to do this event is you would not spec into damage, you would have probably in human vigor 1 not maxed, and you would max out your flurry of attacks 2, and then that way these guys spawn 3 times, and that means you only need to do, what's that, 50 million damage per time. That's so achievable. I'm doing 17 million, and that's a third of my stamina. So I could be doing quite easily, quite comfortably 45 to 70 million in one hit. So yeah, you don't actually need to spend any stamina at all in the late game to get that event gold. I've just not done it this time around, so that is my bad. But yeah, so we're not going to waste all of that stamina because I'm not going to gold that event this time around. So all I'm going to do is the minimum requirement, which is 4.5 million. So let's go, let's hit this guy, let's get my event gold. There you go. All of the Alliance is hitting this one guy as well, because when he does die, he does drop a spoil in the chest. So as you can see, there's someone else hitting him now, they've taken another % off. This is now gold, that's all I needed. And then it's just rinse repeat. What I would advise doing is letting your stamina go all the way to max before, like I showed you earlier, before changing to damage, to inhuman vigor and flurry, because that way you can time doing both a Slanesh and an Undivided or whatever a Warlord event they might be with your stamina bar, and then you can rinse repeat. So the next 2 won't be until the next day, so you could then change it back to band to balance stamina cap, change back to your Vanquisher set, and change back to your Blood Bastion, and then you're ready for your stamina bar to fill back up for the next day. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's quite straightforward really once you get the gist of it, but when you're new on the server it all does look a little bit alien at first. I remember when I first did this event I had no idea what I was doing. I was using all of the wrong gear and I was doing no damage, and I could not fathom how someone could gold this event. There isn't a lot online showcasing how to do this, so I thought it might be helpful for people to have a quick video on this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up. That's the same thing, but make sure you do. And if you do want to see more how-to videos on this game, please do just hit that subscribe button. I will be doing them weekly if I can. I'm always free on a Sunday, so that's going to be my day where I can record and upload and do my thing. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe